Me, they said, man, I've never heard from another assistant coach of how much information was being given to that.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. To our regular viewers, thank you for the support. To our new viewers, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Colorado's blowout loss to Oregon on Saturday ended the Buffalo's impressive undefeated start. But it does not mean that people have stopped talking about Deion Sanders and his team. And the latest strange take on Colorado's first loss came from Undisputed's Keyshawn Johnson, who says he found out through a convo with a college coach that Oregon received substantial assistance in game planning for the Buffaloes from other schools. So the insinuation here from Johnson is that other programs wanted the Buffaloes to lose badly. This take quickly raised eyebrows across the college football world. Some believe that coaches sharing information about past opponents is common practice in the sport. Some are of the opinion that the Ducks clearly outclassed the Buffaloes, winning 42-6, outgaining the Buffaloes 518 yards to 194, and that no amount of opponent tidbits would have changed the outcome of the game. So that we're all on the same page, let's listen to Keyshawn Johnson, Richard Sherman, Skip Bayless, and Michael Irvin talk about it.
This is his first year at the Power 5 level. This is his first year. They're 3-1. We can't sit up here and act like it's all doomed, it's over with, they'll never win another game. That's not true. They played against an Oregon team that is better. There's a better football team.
Bo Nix played.
And you mentioned
Bo Nix played well.
You know, you were talking about the jealousy and the way these coaches and how Deion got there. This is interesting you said that. I didn't want to interrupt you. I wanted to let you finish. So I spoke to somebody in the coaching fraternity right after the game. And they know some people that coach at Oregon. And they was telling me, they said, man, I've never heard from another assistant coach of how much information was being given to that staff about, I'm being real with it, about game planning against Colorado so they can beat them.
Well,
Everybody was stacked. They was
stacking.
That's the reality of it. I ain't making this up. No. I ain't gonna disclose no names, but y'all know who I'm talking about if you watch it. So,
right here.
You know.
All right. Allow me to point out the reporter interviewing Deion is white. His name is Brett. I hope I get his last name right. Schrotenboer. And this was part of the Aflac deal that requires Deion to do an occasional setup interview. Yes. So again, this is part of the deal. He's actually, in effect, getting paid to do this. Maybe his heart wasn't in doing the interview, so he's not going to give in to the white reporter's question exactly. He's basically challenged him. No, you answer this. I don't work this way. I'm not built this way. And allow me to attest. I covered Deion in Dallas when he was a football player. And he came to Dallas as a Super Bowl champion. And he literally tilted the playing field in favor of the Dallas Cowboys because they turned right around and won that year's 1995 championship. The Deion I was around in the locker room was extremely quiet. And I'm going to read a quote out of this same article from Deion. He says, even when I played, everybody thought I talked. I never talked, and he meant negatively about opponents. I just really had a good time with the media, and I talked about me. I never spoke of my opponent. You can't find one clip of me speaking negatively about my opponent, period. I don't believe in that. I don't condone that. I will second that emotion. He did not speak out. He wasn't a trash talker on the field. You and Richard would get into it because you were built differently than Deion was. Deion just played. He didn't talk at all. If you engaged with him, he might return fire.
But and I can
he's not going to initiate.
I can attest to that, exactly what you're saying, having played against
you went head to head. Yeah.
And we just had fun. It was laughing.
Yeah, just playing. So he's saying, I don't do this. I don't need to defend myself. How about you stand up, Mr. Reporter, and you tell the truth about what's going on, because I've been telling you and Richard and Michael Irvin for several weeks since we started on this show that it's about jealousy and resentment of white coaches to the black coach, and some black coaches who paid their dues, because we saw what Jay Norvell said.
Absolutely.
I'm going to read Jay Norvell's quote of 2 weeks back now, Colorado State's head coach. When I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me. And we all sat back and said, wait a second, or at least I did. And I said, now we have one of the few black head coaches in America. There are 14 out of 133 FBS schools, 14 of 133. We have one of the few taking a personal, if not cultural shot at one of the few black head coaches. Really, we had that just a couple of weeks back, right? So it's not just a black-white thing, although to your first point, yeah, you can say primarily that.
Yeah.
But even when we talked about Coach Saban lauding Deion, saying he's a great coach and he's a great guy, I believe that Coach Saban believes Deion is a great guy because they've spent a whole lot of time together doing Aflac commercials.
Yeah, of course.
But do I think in Nick's heart of hearts he thinks Deion's a great coach? I do not, and I could be wrong about that. But I'm going to call BS on this only because Nick paid huge dues to get to where he is, as Richard brought up.
What do you think about this? Please drop a comment. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Thank you.